Yeah, we're gonna have a good time with it.
Yeah.
You got all of them.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was like, you get that
This is
one.
some good
Yeah,
questions.
you can
That's
have
why.
that
Yeah,
one.
this one I know it's from last time.
You can have
These are
that
really.
one. Cause
That's the
these are
same one as
different.
this one.
No, yeah, they different. So this gonna be fun. All right.
Oh wow, yeah, I like
Yes, it
those.
looks like we are
Those ones are
live now.
these are really good questions.
Yes. Oh, but I'm hoping you're gonna be surprised.
We can't go through all of those.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
No,
them.
we're not. But by the time it'll be
We'll
plenty
be
for us to
lucky to
have fun.
get through
Yeah.
3 or 4.
All right. It's 7 o'clock.
All
Here we
right.
go. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another great episode of Conversations Under the Hood. I'm one of your hosts, Robert Helm, and we have the wonderful Dr. Linda Way Helm.
Hello, hello.
Yes, yes, yes. And we're looking forward to kind of continuing what we did last week. We had a great couple come on last week,
Oh
Mr. and
yes.
Mrs. Caldwell. Um, Man, that was a great reunion. You know what I mean? To just kind of be able to get back to. Man, it's been how many years? What did we say it was about?
We've known them for over a decade. You're talking about the power couple that we
Yes,
had last
yes,
Sunday.
yes.
Yeah, they're family in a way because we've known them for nearing to do 2 decades now,
Yeah, I was gonna say I know
almost
it's been a
20
while.
years.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it was like wow, 2012, 2013.
long time.
It's over
Yeah.
a decade.
Mhm.
So right at this point, they're just our family, and
Absolutely.
we so appreciate and love them so much, and they are beautiful 3 children. Wanted them to come back to the show because that was so much fun. But before we knew it, it was Sunday evening, and we didn't, notify them in advance. But I'm sure they love to come back because it was so good to get to see how much we have a lot in common.
Yeah.
Especially when we react, especially when in your quiet space, and what we require and how we would like our support system, our partners, to support us. So that was very refreshing.
Yeah, that was good. But
Um,
what I really liked about it is, hey, they called you out. Because they said, well, we ain't even under the hood.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. See?
Yeah, it was interesting because you and my girl were under the hood, and me and my brother here, we had our hood down, but so we had to balance things up.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good.
Right. So how was your week? What was your week like this week?
It was fast as usual, but the highlight of the week, I had an opportunity to speak at the graduation for WIST, Women in Trade Skills. So I was very well received there.
Women in skilled trades.
Oh my goodness, I always say that, WIST, Women in Skilled Trades.
Trades, yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Not always,
I just want to make sure I got
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
But
yeah,
mhm.
yeah. No, but
Great
no, thank you
organization.
for that.
Yep.
Yeah, great organization, and they're doing wonderful things, and it was such an honor, to get in front of those graduates and give them, encouragement
Mm-hmm.
and advice, being in leadership and so forth. So that was fun. Thank you so much for inviting me. I had a great time, as a keynote speaker.
Yeah.
That was, such an honor. So I'm very grateful for that. But that was fun.
Yeah.
So it was one of the things that made this, week go really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, tell us a little bit about WISP real quick, if you don't mind, because I enjoyed learning about the organization and watching you give your keynote speech. I thought it was awesome, but just because I thought the organization was phenomenal, just if you would just share a little bit about what WISP is, because I think that is important, for people to be aware of.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's this organization, here in Lansing. There are also in Grand Rapids, Flint, and Detroit.
Mhm.
It's Women in Skills Trades.
Right.
I said it right this time, WIST. So what they do, they're trying to bridge the gap, of the women's presence in constructions.
Right.
Just like what we're trying to do in my department in technology. But they founded this in 2016. 3 women that were successful in constructions realized that there are not enough women, in the skills trade. And not only there isn't enough, there is such a need, to
Right.
bring that mindset, that school of to bring that, talent that is so underutilized in those areas. So they came together and they put in this program that literally teaches women all the skill sets in constructions,
Uh-huh.
and various, ranging skills from even being electrician all the way to laying bricks and
Mhm.
blueprints and all that. So it's really versatile and it's just really good.
Mhm.
So if you have a kid, if you have a young lady who's not sure what they want to do, in their life, this is a really, really good thing to take a look at. And it's just waste. If you just look for women in skills trade,
Mhm.
online, it will come up.
Right.
It's free and they do wonderful work. So
Mhm.
my department actually volunteered to go and teach, about fiber, voltage,
Right.
everything and what all it means. I had an opportunity to participate in one of those trainings as well. So,
Mhm.
and so I cannot emphasize enough. Look them up. If you are interested, joining is literally free and it's 16 weeks.
Right.
Program.
Right.
So they're very affiliated with my university. So I'm very honored about that.
Right.
And when they found out a couple of things about me, they invited me to come and speak.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I've been doing that, for 3 years now,
Yeah.
in this graduation. So yeah, preparing for that, getting ready for that, it made my week go really fast.
Mhm.
But again, I was, among really good company. It went really well. I had a lot of, great feedback and comments
Mhm.
afterwards.
Mhm.
And I happened to bring you
Yeah.
this time. What did you think about it? As I
Well,
always.
I would just start with saying that I thought it was phenomenal. I had a chance to meet some people, so I thought it was great for networking.
Yes.
So for
Yeah.
other, contractors or for, well, people who are involved in skilled trades in one or another, I'll just say.
Right.
I
Right.
think it's definitely something to be aware of and to be involved in because, meeting some of those young ladies, meeting the founders and the people who are behind the organization, I
Mm-hmm.
just thought it was phenomenal, man, to just see the support system that they have in place,
Oh yes.
the rigor of the program. I was kind of, well, I hate to admit it, but I felt a little some kind of way when I was sitting there and they were talking about, all of the different, um, um, uh,
Programs.
yeah,
Yeah.
apprenticeship programs that they get
Yeah.
exposed to, from the different unions and things of that nature. And I was just like, man,
Yeah. And taking the exam for international, codes. What was that?
no, no, no. They get OSHA. There's different trainings and stuff they get.
Yeah.
Through the program, but just having access to all of those things in one, space, I think is awesome because,
Yeah.
a lot of times, especially from a student perspective, because sometimes when you're already out there and involved in the industry, you
Mhm.
got to deal
Mhm.
with certain barriers. But I just
I.
thought that was nice.
That's mine, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. Man, you just taking my. That's right. I found a better one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I
Mhm.
would highly recommend it. As I said,
Absolutely.
I'm actually contemplating how our organization, Quality Vision Construction, can work with
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
young ladies that are participating in that program because I think it would be dynamic to have a group of women who can get the
Yeah,
job
with
done.
that
Yeah,
skill set, with
yeah,
that high level proficiency,
absolutely, absolutely.
and they already trained,
Hmm.
in all areas,
Yeah,
including safety.
yeah.
So yeah, absolutely, I do highly, highly support and encourage us, so that our next contract, the big
Hmm.
contract we get, we recruit from West,
Well, we will
and it's
definitely
just
be
gonna,
taking a look at that.
yep, absolutely.
So let's
All right.
so we recapped a little bit. As you
Yeah.
said, we had the Caldwells on last week. I'm really excited about with what they're doing as far as bringing their natural products and things to the market. Really looking
Yes.
forward to patronizing them in that way because um, we could definitely
Yeah.
use some improvements in the things that we consume and from a health perspective. So
Yeah,
you
I
know,
thought that was so profound. I
yeah,
forgot to bring the package here because I really wanted to show it.
yeah.
This sister right here, Dr. To Be Caldwell,
Hmm.
she's just phenomenal,
Yeah,
very knowledgeable. Her and her husband, a great support system.
right.
Learned a lot from them. And, I'm about everything fresh,
Hmm.
herbs and vegetables. She's about to come to become my grocery store, because she does not play about her health and she knows so much. And that's where she's getting a doctorate,
Hmm.
from.
Right.
So, and now she's putting together all these herbs that are just very good for you.
Hmm.
And not only that, she also, is so, wow, knowledgeable in terms of like even the kind of the type, the blood type that you are, dictate the kind of diet that you should adhere to. Well, at least that you should consider.
Yeah.
Me, so which even gave me a book, and I'm just like, wow, this is deep. So it's not just about eating just healthy. It's also
Right.
knowing
What's healthy
that,
for you,
yeah, what's healthy for you.
or your particular
According,
type of you.
yeah, your
Yeah.
particular type of you, including
Yeah.
the blood type. I thought that was just things that you wouldn't think of until you have somebody who's so
Knowledgeable.
knowledgeable and educated in
Yeah.
that area. So
Right.
that was wonderful. So next time when they come here, I will ask them, also to bring some of the herbs and remedies and fruits and everything that she has put together. And I'm hoping to partner with her, for farming.
Oh.
In some of this one.
Yeah.
So I don't want to overwhelm her, but I have so many plans for her.
Yeah. Well, we talked
to
about
tap
that.
into that
Yeah.
knowledge, and
I'm just trying to remember, because I just enjoy, the time we spent playing cards and stuff
yeah.
with them. But I'm like,
Yeah.
I remember they sent us out of there with a Boston, so I'm not even gonna.
Yeah, last time we
Yeah,
went
I'm
to
gonna
there,
leave
they
that one
kind of
alone.
they whooped that.
Yeah, no,
they
we're
did
not even
whoop-
gonna go there. Yeah, 'cause we're gonna go into
Three times.
tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen. We just wanted to quickly recap.
I'm still mad. You had a good hand, and I'm not sure why we lost the last game.
Because you didn't.
What? Yeah, I didn't have a good
Yeah.
hand, but you did.
I can't pull the load by myself.
Yeah, okay, y'all did good, but we're gonna get y'all next
Yeah,
time.
Yep, yep.
I'm gonna have my A game on.
So let's have a little fun here. Let's say let's have us a little bit of fun.
All right, all right.
Yeah, everybody looks like everybody's ready for us to turn the page here. So
Let's go through the questions we got.
Well, no,
People
no.
are trying to get to know us better. So
Well-
let's.
go ahead.
Okay. All right. I printed some. Did you print yours?
I have some questions here
Okay.
that I'm going to enjoy asking, and I just want to pick one. So since you were so excited, you go right ahead.
Yeah.
we got us some soldiers on the line here. Let's
Okay.
see, we got Virginia Caldwell. Welcome to the
Hey,
show.
welcome to the show.
Yes,
sis.
indeed. Why? Okay, how come my comments are showing up here? There we go.
There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. We love y'all. Oh, we love y'all too.
Oh, we do. We miss
Yes.
y'all.
Yes,
we
yes.
hope y'all actually just surprise us. Just show up.
Hey, look, you see, she patronizing us like a mug.
Oh,
I'm
so-
waiting to see the emojis coming. She talking about, yeah, it was a great game.
Uh-huh.
It's
Okay, yeah,
always
you
a great
kicked that.
game when you're on the winning side.
You know what? You did. I couldn't sit for a week. You know what I'm saying?
buddy.
They got
Yeah.
us good.
All right, so hey, look, we got Ron Caldwell also. Welcome to the show, my brother.
Hey.
So listen, since we do have another couple out here, we wanna talk about some of these questions that we have here that seem to be directed towards couples.
Okay.
So you were excited about going, so I'm gonna let you go first, and I'm gonna monitor the comments. So don't let me get lost over here, because I want to see what everybody else got to say.
Oh, my goodness.
Y'all too.
Yeah.
Hey, congratulations! She said she passed her third final today. Go ahead, girl.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
Congratulations, Dr. To Be. You
Yes.
are actually Dr. Caldwell. You can put ABD at the end of your name. Virginia Caldwell, ABD.
Hey.
Right? All but dissertation.
No, we
she
claim
already-
she
well,
has done it, or we
go
would
ahead,
have
sis.
popped up. Oh, she said they would have popped up on us if they didn't. All right, then.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about.
This couple is so powerful. So you have my sister here who's just about to get her doctorate in all this health stuff, and her support system is all into banking.
Mhm.
So you got money and health and money, and health.
Okay.
I'd love being your friend. So-
Never mind my wife, y'all. She crazy. All right, so let's get to these questions, Doc. So what did you
I love
have?
them. All right. So, oh my goodness, some of these questions, I don't know what y'all was thinking sending us
Okay,
this,
so I asked
but
the
you're
first
getting
question.
in trouble.
I mean,
I was supposed-
I thought you was ready. Go.
You
go ahead.
said I couldn't wait. Okay, go ahead. Ask your question. You may as well, because
You
I
sure?
know you're going to ask your question. Go
Okay, let me see here.
ahead.
All right, so,
You said you were ready.
well, I'm trying to pick which one is going to be most delicate yet interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, so what's the strangest habit would you say that I have? Now, be careful. What you say. Be careful what
So,
you say. Go
This
ahead.
is why I said y'all can be asking this kind of questions. There's a better way to get to know each other, but hey, to
No,
know
this is
us.
perfect. This is couples nights tonight. We gonna have us some fun.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The
Go ahead.
strangest habit that you have is how you ask a question when you're missing your keys.
My keys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
What do you
like
mean?
you'll come in, you'll be looking for your keys because you want to start your car or whatever. Instead of saying, "Have you seen my keys?" You, but
Oh.
the strangest thing is, I find this really bizarre. Your question is more like, "What did you do with my keys?" 'Cause I'm like, what do you mean? What did I do with your keys? I mean, I had my keys in this house, so you must have looked at them, did something. What did you do with my keys? I always find that strange.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I got somebody. There got to be some laughter somewhere.
Do you realize you do that though? I think it's because a couple of times I thought it was you just being humorous, but I just realized that's how you phrase your questions. Doesn't matter what you're missing. If you can remember where it's at, you don't ask if anybody has seen it. You ask what somebody has done with it.
Hmm.
I always thought that was bizarre.
Yeah, yeah, that does seem a little. I'm gonna have to.
I'm gonna remind
Okay.
you when you do. I'm gonna tape you and
Okay.
just have you listen to yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to pay attention to that.
Yeah. You know what happened yesterday? I was working. I was in my office. You brought me some tea. I was really thankful.
Okay.
So you didn't mean to, but you put the cup on top of my paperwork.
Mm-hmm.
So, a little bit of the drip of the tea went through the paperwork. And you came in, you're like, oh, look what you did to your paperwork. Why did you put your cup on this paperwork? I was like, actually, you did. You're like, no, 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 you must have because this is your paperwork. I was like, okay. You know.
Did I apologize though? Did
Yeah, because I was so conscious of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I read this question, I was like, that is bizarre. But then I let you kind of walk through your
Hold on.
process.
Can
And
I
then,
mute this right quick?
look, and then afterwards, I was like, okay, this is what happened, right? You brought me coffee, and where did you put it? You're like, oh, I did that. I said, yeah.
And I said, I'm sorry.
Yes, yes, and you did, which I was
apologize.
very
I
grateful
should have
for
said
that
sorry
too.
first. I'm sorry again.
Yeah.
I'm sorry twice as
That's
much.
not the point. The
I know.
strangest thing is that you don't
No.
ask. You say, why did you put this tea on this paper when I didn't and you did?
Okay.
Kind of like the keys question.
Okay.
So that's kind of weird.
Okay.
Okay, what about?
I'm scared for you to ask a question now. All right, go
Okay.
ahead.
Okay. I don't know about some of these questions. Okay. What would your partner's spirit animal be if it was based on their most frequent habit?
Oh boy.
Their spirit animal based on their most frequent habit.
Are you asking that question to me?
Yes, that's a question that
From
they
your
ask
most frequent habit, what would
Yeah.
your spirit animal be?
me.
What is your most frequent habit if I had to pinpoint one? Okay. Because I am such a nice person, I'm going to focus on a habit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I don't think they make a spirit animal. Actually, yes, I do. I take that back. It would be a very beautiful, frequently unavailable, randomly late sloth.
I knew you were. I knew that was coming.
Yeah, that's what I. It would
Okay.
be your spirit
All right.
animal would be a wonder sloth.
A wonder sloth.
Yeah,
Why a sloth? They take their time doing everything how they do.
indeed. Doesn't matter how important it is.
Why not a turtle? They're pretty slow too. Until, of course, they get scared, and that's how you
They're
find
not
out
as
how
slow as
fast
a
they are.
sloth. Yeah, sloth ain't moving fast no matter what you do.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
Okay, my turn.
Hmm,
All
sloth.
right,
I
let's
like
see here.
sloth. Yeah.
All right, I think let's see. We must have got disconnected. I think either that or the stuff ain't refreshed. Let me see here. Excuse me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that okay. That was a pretty good one. Let me see here. All right. What's the? I don't know about that one. All right. So, ooh, this is kind of interesting. um, if your partner was a dish, what would they be, and how would you describe their flavor? Oh my God, that's a good one. Good one.
Oh, see,
Y'all
y'all.
put y'all earplugs in. Go
No,
ahead.
no. If you were a dish, if you were a dish,
Make
what
sure
would you
you
be?
say dish.
Dish
Yes.
with
Dish.
the sh at the end.
Yes.
Sorry, the accent getting in the way. 'Cause I know how to pronounce all kinds of words like that. But
I
anyway, let
bet
me
you
let me
do.
answer that before you get all carried away.
Mm.
You know, I will say you're a dish that has to be, even though it's the same dish, it has to be different each time.
No.
Because
But
and
hey,
listen, I will say
it's got to be a dish.
a dish.
Yeah, it's got to be a dish, and you have to describe how would it be, or what would they be. So you describe the dish, what would it be, and then describe what the flavors. I'm
Is
interested in that.
really, really delicious
Mm.
soul food.
Okay, okay. Like, what? Don't say something crazy. Like, um,
No, I
like
mean, how
what?
you going to see?
No, I'm just.
When
I'm
I
just.
answer
I'm
the
sorry.
question, you
I'm
can
sorry.
tell me what I should say and not
You're
say it,
right.
or how I should answer it.
I apologize. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't
Go ahead.
apologize. I'm just saying.
Okay. So with soul food, you all right? So it's
So for
got you got it.
macaroni and cheese, but done well,
Okay.
and and you know the texture and the look of macaroni and cheese. I'm
Mhm.
gonna.
You know I'm having an internal conversation right now. Continue, please.
Okay, so some greens,
So I'm
some
macaroni.
greens.
You telling me I'm okay? Oh, I'm
Yeah,
green
I
now.
will
Okay,
say
I'm
you know
green.
macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
Yeah, but done specific way. It has to be really delicious. If you miss one ingredient, you know what I'm saying, it's not it.
And what's that flavor? Because that's what it say. Describe their flavor. I need to. What's that flavor?
Delicious.
Wow. Okay. So. Okay.
Yeah,
Delicious.
but it has to be different each time. It has to be different each time because the interesting thing about you is like while you may really enjoy a dish today and
Hmm.
like it, and you can make a mistake of thinking that you're gonna like it the same way the following day or the following week. You know, something is always changing about you.
Is that? Is there something wrong with that? I'm just
Nothing
curious.
wrong with that.
Yeah.
Actually, I feel like I'm married to two people in one, which is really
Well,
good
I'm
for
a
me.
Gemini.
That's what it is. You're
Yeah.
twin. I mean, you live up to your zodiac, depending on what level you're in, whether you
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
believe, or whatever.
Yeah.
But there's some characteristics that are just so interesting, and I guess it keeps this relationship amazing because I know which one to talk to you to, depending on the issue and the situation.
I'm just making sure ain't nobody left no comments. Okay. All right. Good. Good.
Mm.
Okay. Your turn, darling. Thank you.
Okay.
I'm happy to be your macaroni and cheese.
Oh wow. Oh, this is a good one. What's the most bizarre thing your partner has done in the name of love? What is the most bizarre thing your partner has done in the name of love?
Read that one more time.
What is the most bizarre thing your partner has done in the name of love?
The most bizarre thing in the name of love. Oh my. Bizarre?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. I can't. What's bizarre? Hmm. I'm not sure. I can't think of anything bizarre in the name of love.
Yeah, in the name of
Other
love.
than no, because staying with me wasn't bizarre, right? Some people might say it was crazy or something like that, but not bizarre. Bizarre wouldn't be a good word to describe that. In the name of love. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I could think of some stuff.
Okay.
You know, like man, when you done got pooped on
What?
by the kids.
Oh, hold on. You gotta.
Yeah. Oh
Mm.
man, like
Oh, yeah.
hey, with our
When you have kids,
yeah,
that
you,
happen.
you know, especially before I really became more comfortable with being a parent,
Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
things that kids put you through. But
Yeah.
yeah, getting pooped on or poop on your fingers and peed in your face and stuff like that, man. Yeah, and you still love them the same, and You know that I mean I don't think it's impossible to do that, but
Yeah,
it would be
yeah,
hard. Like every time I look at someone, especially if they know it, you know, and
yeah.
they look at you like, yeah, you know, I peed in your face, you know. That, so,
Yeah, yeah.
but
Our
yeah, no,
son, he
I can't.
never failed. Every time he changes diaper, just you need to have another diaper, because
Yeah,
otherwise it's just pee in your face.
yeah. I don't know how
And,
y'all like. I always like I figured that out quick, man. I never.
yeah,
That's one thing I haven't been lucky for. But anyway, all right. So
that's the most bizarre thing.
yeah,
They
cause I
just
can't.
get pooped on by the babies when you change diapers and all that.
Well, I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
saying.
because I never show disgust. Is
Yeah,
that what it
like
is?
you
So
just keep it moving. And I mean, I used to be like, ew, you know.
I used to, because the problem is I used to change them right on my lap
All
too.
that, man, all that, you know.
I
For
lay
me,
them
it
on my
took a
lap
little
and
bit.
change them.
Yeah. So I mean,
Okay.
this again, that's why I said bizarre is not. It's a tough one because
Yeah.
I can't think of like bizarre and love doesn't go together.
Yeah,
You
and the
know.
first thing that comes out of your mouth, it shouldn't be like when you get pooped on. It's like,
Oh,
what do you
well, I
mean?
mean,
You gotta
it
elaborate.
had to sound good. It had to
You
sound good.
have to
Uh oh.
elaborate.
Let's see here. Oh, we
Okay.
got to. Oh, let's see here. Miss Talia Daniels. Welcome, welcome. Let's see.
Hey,
Virginia
Talia.
says, she says, sir, when is your birthday? It is June 11th, my darling, and I am a Gemini.
To the T.
She's a Capricorn to the T, just in case anybody has any questions about that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
That's you.
all right. So that's interesting. Well, how about you? How about for me? Let's. How about you answer that question for me? Can you think of something bizarre?
What is the funniest nickname you've ever given your partner and they do not know about it? So, do a nickname
Wait a minute.
that
That
you
wasn't
could
what I
have.
was asking. Hold up. Let's see.
You
Here.
just asked me to ask a question.
Hey, hey, stand up. Hold on. Gemini in the house. This one.
Okay.
Represent. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Ron. Yeah.
Oh, thank you guys. These are good questions.
You
by
gotta
the way.
answer that question though. The one you asked me.
No, you answered it. I'm
I know.
asking
I'm
you a
just
question.
curious
You
what your
answer.
answer is. That's all I'm saying.
No, no,
Like,
no. Okay, this is not the time to
okay,
change
all
the
right,
rules.
all right. Is it my turn? I'm sorry.
No, I asked a question. You
I
answer
answered.
the question.
Now it's my turn to ask you a question. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry. My apologies. Let's see here.
Oh, see,
Oh, here's. All right, man.
I
I'm
think it was
scared
my
to ask
turn
you
to
this one.
ask you
So
a
here you go.
question.
Here,
But
this one. What's the weirdest thing that you caught your partner doing when they thought nobody was watching? I'm not. Maybe I should move to a different question. Hold up. I don't know if I wanna.
Wait, what is the weirdest thing you caught your partner doing when they thought
Yeah,
you were not looking?
when they didn't think nobody was looking.
When they didn't think nobody was looking.
Hmm.
Wow, that's a very interesting question.
Man, you better be careful how you
Uh,
answer that one, boy. I'm already telling you right there, man. You will start something.
I-
Mm, mm,
wow.
mm.
So there's a lot of things, right,
But
that are
hey, y'all
really
feel free
interesting.
to.
It's kind of like
If y'all got
habit
any questions that y'all want, please feel free, because these ones is getting a
to
little ridiculous
elaborate.
here. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
the
Go ahead.
one maybe we should just get questions here. If people
No,
send questions in
don't
advance,
get out
this is what
now.
happens.
No, don't get out of it now.
Okay.
Go ahead. I had to answer mine.
So you were doing laundry, one time, and you didn't see it, you didn't think anybody was watching,
Okay.
and you were changing, laundry, the laundry room. So I happened to come, and I caught you in a perfect time. You were listening to something about making you booty club. It was a song. It was a rap song, something like that. And you, oh, sorry.
Hey,
You
hold on. I got the. We're gonna end this live right
no,
now.
no, wait.
You.
I was behind. I had just, come in, and you were just dancing, and you were clapping.
I was.
Now with your
thought it was-
hands.
Yes, I was. It was subtle. I know you couldn't
No,
see.
no, no. But what was so funny is like you were doing that, and there was this noise. It sounds like it was a clap, and then that's when you stopped, and you looked behind you, and that's when you saw me. You just burst out laughing. That was
I knew how it
hilarious.
looked, but that wasn't what it was. They too tiny for that.
I don't know. Ooh, I don't know. All I know, you was there like. Ooh,
Oh my God. You hear that? You done made it rain outside, girl, with your crazy.
It was funny though. It was hilarious.
Y'all, hey, we gonna strike that one from.
And by the way, that was me who clapped behind you.
So it really wasn't.
What was no? It wasn't you.
Oh,
I just didn't want to tell you, but it was so funny because you stopped and then you looked at your back like, what the hell? And I was like, oh baby, you made them cheeks clap. That was your chick. You like, no way, no way.
Hey,
I'm sorry. This is getting a little.
Yeah, hey, y'all don't.
But that was the funniest thing I caught you doing. Dancing.
Wow, I'm gonna have to be more careful. Okay, go ahead. Your turn, darling.
All right.
Hold on. We at the halfway point here. Let's see if there any nuggets that we discovered in the course of all of this madness.
I have one.
What is it?
Learn to laugh at yourself.
Very good point.
Yeah.
With each other.
With each other.
I think that's important. Yeah.
But in all walks of lives, right? If you learn to laugh at yourself more than anyone can, then nobody can ever put you down or laugh at you or make you feel some kind of way.
I like that.
That's my nugget. Because I'm sitting here laughing like, oh my God, this is crazy
Well,
to hear how
would.
other
talking
people
about
perceive you.
Somebody clapping, I would be laughing too. That's pretty funny stuff right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your nugget?
My nugget? I was going to say the same thing. Well, to
take
the
yourself
element
serious?
of, to the family. I mean, excuse me, not to the family, but to the couple or to the spouses. You know.
Yeah.
I think it's important, right? You got to take time, because as I'm reading through some of these, I'm just thinking like how easy it is to forget the good times that you have with one another.
Yeah.
When sometimes there's different things that happen that
may be upset with each other.
and they tend to weigh on you more than anything else, and so you sometimes forget about this. So I highly recommend people, couples, individuals, what have you, just take time, even friends, reminisce, man, have some good times, make some fun.
Yeah.
I think that's a good approach. So, all right.
I agree.
So I was clapping. Now it's your turn.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
If your partner were a meme, what will the caption say?
If you were a meme, what would the caption say?
Let me read this again.
I know.
If I was a meme,
yes.
If I was a meme,
yes.
What would your caption say? What would the caption say of me if I was a meme?
It would say, "Everyone, please stand while I sit."
I'm confused.
I'm poking.
What does that mean? Okay.
Yeah, you're really good at dictating and giving directions, but you don't really like to take directions.
Oh, how long you been thinking about that?
I'm just saying. Hold on. Storming in here.
I do take directions. They just have to be clear.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm very receptive to very clear and concise directions.
Okay.
You can't give me directions while you're still thinking about them. That's why it looks like I'm stubborn.
Is that it?
Yeah, really, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Once you got your directions together and clear, and then you can provide them. Until then, it's
waiting.
hard to
No,
sit
till
there.
then you're waiting.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
Okay.
That's fair.
Uh-huh.
That's fair.
Yeah, all right. So, I got one. Let me see here. Oh, man, that one about being a dish, I thought that was a pretty good one, man. I was anxious to tell you what kind of dish you are.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I guess there's no rules.
No,
it
I'm
doesn't
not
mean that you can't ask a question.
I'm not even gonna do you like that.
Okay. All right.
All right. Let's see here. All right. I don't like that one. Okay. Yeah. This will bring us down to earth here. All right. So, if you could steal one trait from your partner or from me, what would that be and why?
That's a very good question.
It's a very good question.
Yeah. No, but you are very punctual, and it doesn't matter what it is. even if it's to just go visit your daughter. If we said we're gonna leave by 4 o'clock, by the time 3:30 gets here, I have to start hearing, "Honey, it's 3:30. We said we're gonna leave at 4. It's 3:31. It's 3:32, all the way to 4 o'clock." But that's one thing I think you do really, really well. You are very punctual,
Hmm.
and you are very committed. If you say I'm going to get something done, depending on what it is, though,
Hmm.
because sometimes the other twin be like, don't want to do that. But
Like what?
but if I ask you to do something, you're going to stick with it until it's done.
Mhm.
And if I can learn those two things from you, wow, my life will be amazing. The problem with me is like I get bored quickly, especially if something is tedious. I already want to do something else,
Right.
or I'm annoyed, or whatever the case may
Right.
be. But in life, especially in the Western culture, right, being punctual is very, very important. You can have the Eastern mentality that I'll get there when I get there, when people get there.
True.
That's different.
You know what? I think I can buy into that, but I also know, like, just from the perspective of, like, you probably can even relate to this as a leader.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you have expectations of other people,
Mm-hmm.
then, you know what I mean? It's kind of like they start with how you do things. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? And so I wouldn't want people, even if you didn't have to show up 20, 30 minutes early, but you better definitely be there before you're supposed to be there.
Yeah. The reason I went as far as I can in leadership and in education
Hmm.
is because I have a certain way of doing things,
Hmm. Hmm.
right? Um, and I put people first.
Hmm.
So, like for instance, in my leadership, if somebody is late, I'm not interested in punishing them or having that conversation. I'm more interested of what can I do,
Right.
to change things around so we can accommodate whatever it is that you may be dealing with that may have made you 10 minutes late.
Hmm.
And because of that, I was able to do certain things, for some of my colleagues or some of the people who reported to me, because just taking the time to get to know them,
Hmm.
instead of worrying about why were you not there at 8 o'clock, especially when I was working at the hospital, because that was very important that every Tuesday, 8 o'clock, we had to be there.
Hmm.
I'm saying we called it safety huddle
Hmm.
to talk about what's going on in the hospital,
Right.
fall risks, and things like that. And if you're not there, it was a problem. And I did have some of my couple of employees. One of them, was consistently late, and obviously, as her leader, I was expected to do something about it.
Hmm.
You know, so the first time, she was like, "It won't happen again," and I was like, "Oh, okay, no problem. Just let me know if anything comes up." The problem is that it happened again,
Hmm.
and when that happened, leadership sometimes in a big room like that, people just stop do whatever they were doing,
Right.
whatever they were talking about. They stop,
Right.
until you get yourself together and sit down. And I can see that, my colleague or my team player was really embarrassed by that. I
Hmm.
don't think it's kind, you know. It's okay to kind of like, acknowledge, that somebody walked in, but continue doing what you're doing, not to deliberately stop and make it awkward and then start your presentation again.
Hmm.
So those are little things that I was able to change around. But me getting to know her a little bit and say, hey, just let me know, I'm here to help. I've learned that, her mornings were challenging because she had a child who needed a lot of assistance in the
Right.
morning. So not only I was able to try to negotiate in her behalf,
Hmm.
to change the time around, or to have her send a representative, send one of her direct reports to the meeting instead of her being there. And then we can brief her accordingly. But we're also able to raise some funds to make sure that we get her a vehicle that was conducive, to her child's needs. So it's just that little bit,
Hmm.
So it's great to be punctual, but don't always assume people are late just because they want to be, or just because they just not professional. Sometimes there's a profound story why people do the things that they do.
That's true. And you know what? My story is this: if you're on your way to the hospital and you're supposed to be at work, you better have an ambulance stop by, check
Heaven.
in at the office first, then go to the hospital. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
No, all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was interesting because that I mean I totally get it,
Mhm.
but at the same time, what I was saying for me, especially working in construction and stuff like that, You know, you only got so many hours, and I guess it really applies to pretty much
Yeah,
all jobs. But
yeah.
you know, when people expect you to be timely and do the things that you say you're gonna do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you do your darndest to live up to that,
Yeah, yeah. It's a
expectation,
respectful thing
then yeah,
too.
it's a reciprocal expectation, and I just feel like that's an important thing. Like you know,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is, but it's interesting because people from the Western culture, when they find themselves in the Eastern culture, it's really difficult for them. I was traveling with a World Health Organization, and we were in Ethiopia,
hmm
so we're supposed to attend, different seminars. So some of these classes or programs will say starting at 11.
hmm
So me and my American colleagues will be there at 11,
hmm
and 11:30 still hasn't started.
right,
11:45 still hasn't started, and I remember most of my colleagues, including myself, being
hmm
so frustrated, finding ourselves leaving to go to other seminars because that was just really intolerable. But yeah, showing up like around 12:15, something that was supposed to start at 11 will start. And so obviously, I was curious, like, hey, what happened? Was this canceled? But come to find out that people were just getting to know each other
hmm
outside the classroom or outside the conference room,
hmm
before they come in.
hmm
So people sometimes, from the Eastern culture, even though we have adapted a lot to the Western culture, you still find that people prioritize people than they clock.
Oh yeah, no,
You
no,
know.
I get that. Yeah, well, indeed. Okay, so I believe it was your turn, but
Yeah.
okay,
Okay. We got a little bit serious there,
yeah,
but okay.
no, that's okay because that's a good point. You know,
Hmm.
I got
What
one. Oh,
What is the weirdest thing your partner does that they think is completely normal?
wow. Hmm.
These are like so well. They're so thorough. Did
Yeah.
you have to rewrite these questions?
Well, I'm just don't mess up my train of thought now.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
trying to think. So what is it again? What weird? What?
What
What's
is
the
the
most?
weirdest thing your partner does that they think is completely normal?
Hmm. I don't think I can say that on camera actually. So I gotta pick something else. Let me think.
What? I
The
can ask you a
weirdest
different
thing.
question if you like.
No, no, no. I gotta think harder here. Give me. Let's see. We can play some music in the meantime. uh, let's see. The weirdest thing. Well, it's not a bad thing though because I learned to really appreciate it, right?
Hmm.
But I remember, um, adjusting to the mindset that of how you nurture your children a certain way or our children a certain way, how you
Oh,
prioritize them a certain way. You know what I mean?
I
Which
see.
I thought was very different than either what I expected and or what I thought I was learning from society, if you will.
About the head of the house,
Yeah,
and
just
then
yeah,
this
that
is
whole
all other
thing.
that,
Yeah, cause
the
like
king
that.
of the
Yeah,
house.
it's like that's an ideology, right?
Yeah.
And being in the relationship like we are, it's very different than what I mean, what I've seen, and then what
Mhm.
I kind of anticipated. So
Mhm.
for me, just that was one of the
Hmm.
things I can mention on camera.
One of the,
Yeah,
yeah,
if I had to pick something, but because that wasn't a bad thing, I adjusted to that, and that wound up being the best thing I could ever done. So,
yeah,
as
yeah,
weird as it initially seemed,
yeah.
it made the most sense. So,
Yeah. No, Talia remembers too. Remember every time we finished dancing or performing,
hmm
African dance,
hmm
we came to my house and I will cook. And I used to get so upset when adults ate before they feed the children.
right, right,
Because my mindset behind that is like as adults, I can always get in the car and drive and go get
hmm
pizza or go get a burger somewhere, but children can't.
right,
So somebody has to feed them.
hmm
So sometimes I used to get so upset when children come to me like, Mama Lindy, I'm hungry, and I look, the food is gone, and all these adults are full. Like
hmm
what?
right, right,
But so even with you and I was like, okay, the kids eat first.
right,
You know what I'm saying? And then you and I will eat afterwards. But it's not just coming from me rebelling the fact that the man is the head of the house and I'm the tail or whatever that is.
hmm
That's not even the mindset I was coming from.
hmm
What I was thinking about is that you gotta look out for the kids because they can't cook for themselves and they
hmm
can't just get in the car and drive to Taco Bell,
right,
So
all of that, yeah,
that's why I had to prioritize them on that.
hmm
And also, I remember as a kid, watching sometimes adults prioritize grown ups You know, give them the biggest piece of chicken, and then you there, you know, sucking on a chicken bone. That's I never really liked that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Even though it was so embedded in the culture, and
Mm-hmm.
especially, you know, their dad get to pick the best dishes first or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and then the kids have to eat whatever is left. As a kid, even though it was really normal or even, you know, praised, it didn't sit well with me. And it's one of the things that I said, when I'm a grown up,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do that.
I see that. That makes
You know,
sense. Yeah,
so
that makes sense. That's interesting.
yeah, that's the line I
Yeah.
choked on in a wedding. Like they say, obey and all that. I just like I got confused.
Yeah, it's a chicken bone.
Yeah, go.
Chicken bone.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's interesting. Okay, we're gonna go to my question for you.
Mm.
If you can only, or it says here, if your partner can only eat one food for the rest of their life, what would it be, and how long would they last before going crazy?
I almost answered that quickly, but
Uh-oh.
I was like, let me.
I
not.
wonder how right you are.
Okay. I will say me. No, I'm kidding. No, I'm just kidding. Let me answer that.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Um,
on that note, we will return after a brief.
I'm gonna take 2 seconds break. 2 and 2. We'll be back.
Okay.
You know, that will be really interesting because and like I said, you really live up to your zodiac sign.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's not one thing with you. It's always something different. While you may be interested
You
in
gotta
something
pick
to
one.
do, I
That
gotta
the
pick one.
question, so you
Okay.
gotta pick one.
All right. I will say, that's a hard one.
Woo!
Tough.
Oh, that wouldn't be too hard for me.
Land shrimp. No,
Ah.
I'm kidding. um, you do like your steak salad.
I do. I do like my steak salad. That's true. Well, I could survive on that for a while.
Yeah, I can see you
Switch it up. Little
eating
steak,
that.
steak
Yeah.
together with some salad, then just some salad. I could. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I would had to put my finger on something, see, man, I can always eat chicken wings. That's one thing I can always eat for sure.
Yeah, but if you eat that within a week of chicken wings,
2 days.
you be 2
I'll
days
be
of chicken,
done.
you'll be tired.
Yeah.
I'll give you
the
2
salad
days.
would last longer. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that will at least be a week before you go crazy. Like,
Mhm.
okay, I don't want to see nothing green.
Yeah, I know.
You know? So
Man. Okay. Yeah. That's a good. Well, I'd say that's a good choice. If not a steak salad, a chicken salad. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna answer that one for you. If I could pick one food for you that you would eat, now is one food the meal or is it just like one? You know what I mean? Like
Well,
because
I guess you can answer either way. I think
yeah,
salad
it's a
is
combination.
one thing. It's a
Well,
combination
yeah,
of
with
one
steak.
thing.
Yeah. Okay. So
I guess there's no wrong or right.
Yeah, man, I would have to say something like, it had to be vegetable-y, you know what I mean? Something like that. Is that a word, vegetable-y? It's probably not a word, but
Oh,
I'm making that up
vegetable.
today.
Yeah.
Some type
Again.
of vegetable for sure. Like, all right, I would say something that, because I know you could eat this, like, because you already done it. I would say spinach, rice, and fish.
That's
as a
3
dish.
foods.
But
You
that's a
gotta pick
dish.
one.
It's like a dish if you put it, you know what I mean, though?
Yeah,
It's like a
each one of
salad.
them can be.
It's like a salad, though. Especially the way you eat it, because
No, but the difference is that until
Okay.
you add other things, the
Okay.
salad is just
All
like
right.
lettuce or spinach.
Well,
it's not considered the same.
there's probably you wouldn't live long off of any one thing though, because
Yeah.
the stuff you eat it doesn't have a lot of substance to any one of them standalone. Like rice, you ain't gonna get a lot out of that. You know,
Mhm.
spinach, you ain't gonna get a lot out of that by itself.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fish, you're gonna get a lot out of that by itself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Guess you can take a girl out of South Africa, but you
Yeah,
can't take
you
South
can't take
Africa
the-
out of
yeah.
here. I gotta have that
Yeah.
fish, my spinach,
Yeah.
rice.
yeah, but if it was only one thing, I would just say pop. You know, you'll figure out a way to eat pop.
Hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The porridge,
Yeah.
the thick porridge, South African buswa,
Yeah.
in Shangaan,
Yeah.
or saza in Shona.
Yeah.
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 Well,
Okay.
I guess I can see that.
I mean,
Not every day though.
that's what I'm
You know what
saying.
I'm
For as
saying?
long as you
That's
can, I'm
like,
like, man, I wouldn't survive long off of
yeah.
any one thing that I eat.
Dr. Calder probably will tell you about, the eating that pop,
Yeah.
every day.
Oh yeah, I'm sure that would
That's
probably,
not good.
yeah,
Yeah,
empty
that's why
out
you'll
your
have a
stomach.
big shiny belly and skinny legs.
That's messed up.
That's not good.
Shi-
Yeah.
Shiny behind it. Okay. All right. So let's see here. What time is it? We got about
Oh my
10
goodness,
minutes.
10 minutes.
So all
Yeah,
right.
this
So
is okay.
we've been chit chatting here, and
All
but we
right.
got at a point where it got a little bit serious there. So let's just kind of revisit and see if there's anything here that, because like we said, we agree that having this kind of fun talking about things from a silly perspective as a couple is good for bonding, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
just reliving some memories, if you will. Is there anything else that you can kind of add to that that might be something that people could benefit from? Just from the
No, I
conversation.
just can't wait to have the Caldwell come back to the show.
Yeah.
Because one of the things that we talked about last week was like you are what you eat.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
until I read the book she gave me for my type of blood, I was just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Some of the things that it talks about, being fatigued and all kind of stuff because you're not eating right food or you're not eating enough food. It
Hmm.
just makes so much sense. And without your health, really, even if you achieve all of that you want to achieve without your health, well, I will argue,
Right.
from my own respectful perspective,
Hmm.
that nothing else is as important as your health. And if you
Right.
can get your health together, you can enjoy everything else that you may have acquired.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay. So we definitely gonna have to have them back on the show again.
Yeah,
And
absolutely. I think
maybe
that
we
is
can
so.
get her to bring some of her products as well, so we can kind of showcase some of those.
Hmm.
Because what I would like to, be able to do is, but we got this big old space here, man. So I would like to be able to start to have some
Yeah,
things up here, for the
yeah,
different businesses or people.
to
And
share
matter of fact, we got to get some of Manswell T. Peterson's, a couple of his
books.
books.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
because
put them
his
here.
family, they got the children's books, and he's got some fantasy books and things.
Hmm.
Um, well, I don't know if fantasy is the genre or not, but anyway,
Sci-fi.
yeah, sci-fi.
Yeah.
So yeah, we could get some of those and have them out here because we're gonna scale this up, especially having more people come in, and
Hmm.
have an opportunity to just talk about, business. Because that's the other thing is, we
Yeah.
we having these different conversations and kind of bouncing
Yeah.
around, but
And we
you
can
know,
have my brother here come and talk to us maybe about financial
that
literacy.
exactly, exactly,
Ron has been in the banking industry for a
yeah,
long time.
yeah,
So any financial literacy that he can share,
yeah.
certainly can be. We certainly can benefit
Well,
from
that's
that.
what I'm saying. Like this,
Yeah.
well, as we go with this, because the fact that we can look back and watch these again, and
Hmm.
some people, they may wind up coming back and oh yeah, she says let's talk about it. Okay, hey, hey,
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Well, we're trying to do all that we can to promote small business because even I was thinking about that. Even though our show is I don't want to say changing, because when we started out, it
It's
was
still
just
about
really,
family and
yeah, we
business
still want
and
to keep it
values.
centered around positivity, centered
Hmm.
around if we can support some business in some way or
Yeah.
encourage people or, help people get some exposure.
Hmm.
That's what we want to do.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
yeah, Jenny, she says, let's talk about it. I'm like, hey, yes, we do. We want to talk
Yes,
about it.
maybe next Sunday you come and bring some of the products. We'd like to display them here, and
Hmm.
it will be an honor to have you tell us what we need to do, what we need to know about those herbs and other remedies
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to put a plan together. You know what I
Yes,
mean? So this way
yeah.
we can actually.
Make sure that people can benefit.
Well, yeah, so people can benefit from it, and maybe we can put a series together because that's what she does
Yeah,
is complex. Understanding that stuff is not
yeah.
just it's not. I mean, it's probably not super
And then I'm
unbelievable.
hearing 100 shows coming.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't know, but we should definitely
Yeah,
work on something. So look,
yeah.
so we got a couple more minutes here. So let's see if we can find us a good question here for the doctor to close out the show on. You want to close out the show today, love?
By answering these questions.
Man, but I'm just asking if you want to close out the show. I'm gonna ask you another question, and then you can definitely answer the question, and then maybe thereafter you can close out the show.
Okay. What is the most ridiculous argument you've ever had, and how did you get it resolved?
You asking moi?
Yes.
The most ridiculous conversation. Ah,
Or
hmm.
argument.
Or
Yeah.
argument.
And how did you get it resolved?
Wow. You know, funny enough, I don't feel like we argue that much. I'm sure we
Yeah.
have disagreements and things of that nature, but I don't know. They're not things that
Yeah. See, we've
resonate.
been together for 25
Yeah,
years now, so
yeah. I'm trying
I
to
don't know
think,
if we argue.
or what conversations.
Maybe
Like
discuss.
we have. But see, we have pretty good conversations usually. So, um, hmm, wow. I finally got a question I can't answer. Answer that one again. I mean, ask that one again.
What is the most ridiculous argument you've ever had, and how did
Ridiculous.
you resolve it?
I know I've said this before. That's ridiculous. I just can't remember what it was applied to. Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. There's nothing that really pops out. Is there anything for you with that one? Can you think of anything?
Um, I can answer a little bit for you.
Go for it.
You can't stand it when people bring something that happened in the past
Hmm.
into the argument.
That's true, but that's not ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm saying
yeah.
like that. I
That's
get
where
it.
you will use that word. That's ridiculous. Oh, a long time ago, or something.
Well, I might. It's possible that I could use that in that way. Yeah, I'm not sure. I guess I don't really have an answer for that. The most ridiculous argument. I'm sure there's probably been some times. I just
Yeah.
can't think of.
If this question found us 10 years ago, maybe.
Hmm.
Now, really, we just chill. I mean,
Yeah. I'm
we
trying to even think 10 years ago, man. What I would have thought was ridiculous. Because for me,
20 years ago,
the
maybe.
biggest thing for me was just adjusting, like, to the cultural difference. Some stuff I used to just be like, man, that's ridiculous, you know?
Yeah,
Um, but as I've grown and understood and have, broadened my vision,
yeah,
it's, I was being ridiculous, right? So
yeah.
it's hard to say. All right, so I'll give you one more shot, one more question. We got 3 minutes here, so
Okay.
I got to sneeze.
Bless you. Before you even sneeze.
I know. Excuse
I
me.
wonder what kind of question you were trying to ask,
Woo,
but
man, that was rough.
that
Okay.
was good.
Mmm. All right. Just want to give you something to think about. You watch movies, a lot of them. So,
Yeah.
if Life
Okay.
Together was a movie, or maybe not that one. Hold on. What was that other one? Yeah, here you go. Okay. If our relationship was a comedy film,
Okay.
what would be his tagline? Now, you got to be creative, man. Think of some funny moments. Think of
I
some
don't
funny.
know.
Think
I'm
of,
like, I just realized that one of the TV comedy show
uh-huh.
that Wanda Sykes, have is called the Upshaws.
Upshaws, yep.
I just realized that what that means. Up. See? See, I was like, because I was like, oh, the Upshaws, and somehow my brain just stopped and started processing that name. I was like, that is so Wanda Sykes.
That's
I
funny,
know.
man. That's hilarious.
See, you didn't see
No,
that.
I didn't either. Yeah, till you said that's hilarious stuff. Wow.
But I think it will be, probably something witty like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I'm a bit conservative, so it wouldn't be as direct as Upshaws,
Mhm.
but it will be something close to
Just
that.
give me something. Pick something, any something.
I don't know.
Man,
Also,
let's see.
like,
You remember Martin? That was no,
Mm.
I know. I'm just throwing out a couple sitcoms that you
Yeah.
can think of.
I
What did
think
we have? We had
that was too much.
yep, the Cosby Show. Matter of fact, the
Okay, the
Caldwells.
Cosby Show.
Yeah, the
The
Caldwells. That's what they were
Caldwells.
talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
They said that they handle stuff like the Cosby. So you got the Cosbys as one.
Oh, we
Um,
aspire.
So what would be your tagline though?
Wow. Them Shongo Helms show.
That's the name of the show. What would the tagline be?
The tagline will be to be or not to be. I'm just kidding.
That's messed up. That's mean.
You just get a clue. That's what it will be. Get a clue. Both sides. because we're coming from such interesting cultures,
Okay.
and
Getting
so
close.
it's like, yeah, I can see that.
I thought that was gonna be boy. What that day?
See, even the
That's it. Gotta
technology
be
does
the
not
super.
agree with you.
Oh, that ain't it. Okay, so that's funny, man. I would say from a comedy, man, it would be something like
It would be there.
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is. No wonder. I'm trying to think. So, what is a good comedy? Because Martin and Gina wouldn't be us. Is they were silly, you know.
Yeah, they were silly, but
They were silly,
okay,
but
I'm
they
gonna leave
weren't
it at
us,
that.
right?
Yeah, that's
And then
not
let's
my
see.
sense of humor.
I'm trying to think who else. Man, it's a shame. I don't watch so many sitcoms and I don't remember none of them. You put me on the spot with this one.
The Benny Mac Show.
Oh no, Bernie Mac was
Yeah.
off the chain. Yeah. Dang. Let's see. Oh, how about remember Living Single?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to think, okay, yeah, yeah, I
Who
can
was
see
your
that.
favorite characters from that?
Of course, Maxine.
Okay, yeah.
The Maxine. I did love the Queen though, Queen Latifah, but Maxine was
That was
my
your girl.
favorite. Yeah, that
And
was my
see, and
girl.
Overton was my guy. I just,
Yeah, I can
I
see.
liked his personality and
Well, look
he
at
was a
that.
handyman and all that. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
look at that. You're a handyman, you're into
That's exactly
constructions.
what I'm
You
doing.
kind of look alike and makes it.
Yeah,
Wow,
and Maxine,
that's
was she an attorney or
interesting.
something? Wasn't she an attorney or something
Yeah,
like that?
yeah. Maybe that's why it
That's
resonated. Yeah.
Hey, see how the universe works, everybody?
Yeah.
Sometimes things come together, you have no idea, and wow, you don't
Mhm.
even know what you like until you like it.
That's true.
All right, so look at that, man. This is the closest we have ever been to
Right
finishing on
at the
time.
end of the show.
Yes.
This is why we need to invite other people.
No, this
Because-
is good though. There's nothing wrong with being
Yeah,
on time. You
I
know what I
know.
mean? So let's close out the show. Let me. I told you you get to close out the show, so you got to come with the jammy jam.
All right, give them your last nugget before we close.
All right, what's your nugget?
I gave 2 nuggets,
What nugget?
so you have to give another nugget. You are what you eat. That's one of the things that we talked about.
Okay.
And laughing at yourself more than anyone else can.
Okay.
Basically.
All right. Well, for me, like I said, that first nugget, I think it kind of resonated, with you in the same.
Yeah.
So I would say my nugget for today, what I got out of it is getting to know your partner. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because some of these questions I'm looking at, I'm like, dang, I should know. I should have a better idea.
Yeah.
And after being together, especially for almost 25 years now,
Yeah.
we should definitely know better what it is about one another. So my nugget would be take time
Mhm.
to get to know the ones that you love.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Especially your significant other.
Yeah.
Yeah, and make it fun. Get to
Yeah.
know them. Make it fun getting to know them.
Yeah. Remember to have fun. And if you have kids, no worries. You'll get to know each other even more once the kids leave to
Yeah.
go to college. So we're
Yeah.
not there yet. We still have kids at home. They're still young, some of them.
Yeah.
But so again, we want to thank you again for joining us today, and this was so much fun. Keep the questions coming, but please keep them clean. A little bit. Don't make them this complicated. That caught us off guard. We should have been prepared. So we do appreciate these questions in advance,
Yes.
and have a wonderful weekend. Rest of the weekend. It's Monday again tomorrow.
Just like that.
Wow.
Ladies and
Wonderful
gentlemen.
end of the weekend.
That's right. We want to thank you for joining us for another great episode of Conversations Under the Hood. We look forward to another great week, and we're going to see y'all Sunday at 7 o'clock, baby.
All right.
We
Have
out.
a great evening. Bye.
Yes, indeed. That was good. Did you enjoy that?
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Hey,
had fun.
I
Some
learned
of
a couple
these
things about you that I
questions-
ain't even know
Funny.
about you, man. I'm like, you kind of crazy. I know that much.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
gotta read these questions.